Hello kids, hope all of us are well. Now the topic for today is body movements and the key elements are skeletal system, joints, muscles and mechanisms of movement, locomotion and movement of curvature. Now human body has a bony framework of 206 bones. This is called the skeleton, and the functions of the skeleton are: it helps in the movement of various body parts, it provides shape and support to the body, it protects the soft internal organs, and also bones are filled with the substance called bone marrow which produces blood cells. अब ह्यूमन बॉडी को या किसी भी लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म जो कि एनिमल्स, इंसेक्ट्स, बर्ड्स कुछ भी हो सकते हैं, उनको एक डेफिनेट स्ट्रक्चर, एक डेफिनेट शेप कहाँ से मिलती है? स्केलेटल सिस्टम से। ये स्केलेटल सिस्टम क्या है? किसी भी इंसान, जानवर, बर्ड, किसी का भी जो हड्डियों का ढांचा है। अब इसके अलावा हमारे स्केलेटल सिस्टम में या बॉडी में क्या होता है? हड्डियां हैं। अब हड्डियां कहीं ना कहीं तो दो हड्डियां ज्वाइन करेंगी तो जॉइंट्स होते हैं। अब हमारी जो बॉडी की मूवमेंट है वो सिर्फ हड्डियां नहीं करती, हड्डियों के साथ हमारे मसल्स जुड़े होते हैं। तो नेक्स्ट हम क्या पढ़ेंगे इस चैप्टर में कि हमारे मसल्स क्या हैं, कहाँ हैं और कैसे हमारी बॉडी की मूवमेंट में हेल्प करते हैं। और जो लास्ट चीज़ इस चैप्टर में पढ़ेंगे वो है लोकोमोशन, यानी कि एक जगह से दूसरी जगह का बॉडी का घूमना या फिर मूवमेंट ऑफ कर्वेचर कि बॉडी के एक्सिस के अकॉर्डिंगली बॉडी के किसी पार्ट का हिलना। तो ये सारी चीज़ें हम स्टडी करेंगे। लेट अस बिगिन विद द ह्यूमन बॉडी। अब किसी भी ह्यूमन बॉडी में 206 हड्डियां हैं। अब ये हड्डियां जो हैं इनका क्या काम है? ढांचा दिया, हमें जो स्ट्रक्चर है, जो हमारी शेप है वो दी। उसके अलावा स्ट्रेंथ भी मिलती है इन्हीं हड्डियों से। उसके अलावा जो अंदर के सॉफ्ट डेलिकेट ऑर्गन्स हैं उनको भी ये जो क्या करते हैं? प्रोटेक्ट करते हैं। एंड लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट, हमारी हड्डियों के अंदर एक लिक्विड सब्सटेंस होता है जिसको कहते हैं बोन मैरो। इसी बोन मैरो में हमारे ब्लड सेल्स बनते हैं। अब जो हड्डियां हैं वो कैसे एक दूसरे से कनेक्टेड हैं? एक कार्टिलेज टिश्यू होता है जो कि फाइब्रस कनेक्टेड टिश्यू है। ये इन हड्डियों को एक जगह से जोड़े रखता है एक तरह से, जिससे कि हमारा पूरा स्केलेटल सिस्टम बनता है। ये तो हुआ हमारा स्केलेटल सिस्टम। अब कुछ ऑर्गेनिजम्स हैं जैसे कि आपके एनिमल्स कुछ हो गए, बर्ड्स हो गई, या फिर आपके हम ह्यूमन बीइंग्स हो गए। हमारा क्या है कि स्केलेटन सिस्टम जो है ना वो अंदर की तरफ है छुपा हुआ, स्किन या मसल्स बाहर है, तो ये इसको क्या कहते हैं? एंडोस्केलेटन। लेकिन कुछ ऐसे भी ऑर्गेनिजम्स हैं जैसे कि आपके कुछ टाइप के इंसेक्ट्स हो गए या स्नेल हो गया, उसका स्केलेटन सिस्टम बाहर की तरफ है, तो उनकी बॉडी को हम क्या कहते हैं? एक्सोस्केलेटन। सो लेट अस स्टडी अबाउट दिस नाउ। सो लेट अस नाउ लुक एट द स्केलेटल सिस्टम। The system made up of bones and tough, elastic, fibrous connective tissues called cartilages is called a skeletal system. It gives shape and support to the body. Some living organisms have a skeleton on the outside of their body and this is called exoskeleton. Snail, crab, cockroach, etc. have a protective exoskeleton. When skeleton is inside the body, it is called endoskeleton. So animals like cats, dogs, fish, etc. have endoskeleton. Now what is a cartilage? As we know, our body has many bones which provide us a particular structure. The ends of the bones are covered with a tough elastic tissue called cartilage. Cartilage makes the ends of the bone smooth and reduces friction between the bones during movement. You could feel cartilage in the upper part of your ear and the front part of your nose. These parts are not as hard as bones and can be bent. Now during birth, a child or a baby has 300 bones and as the baby grows, some bones fuse together, so only 206 bones are left. अब हमारे skeletal system को हम 4 मेन पार्ट्स में डिवाइड कर सकते हैं। जो हमारी स्कल है यानी कि खोपड़ी, उसकी बोन्स, फिर जो हमारी रीढ़ की हड्डी है यानी कि स्पाइन बोन्स, जो हमारा नेक से लेकर के स्टमक तक का हिस्सा है या लेट अस से चेस्ट तक का हिस्सा है, जिसे हम कहते हैं ट्रंक बोन्स। फिर चौथा हिस्सा क्या है, हमारे जो लिम्स हैं, बाजू हो गई, टांगे हो गई, इनको क्या कहते हैं, लिम्ब बोन्स। और पांचवा हिस्सा है गर्डल्स। सो लेट अस बिगिन विद द स्कल बोन्स। नाउ व्हाट आर द parts of a skeletal system? The parts are skull bones, spine bones, trunk bones, limb bones and girdles. We'll begin with the skull bones. Now skull bones protect brain and sense organs, and it is made up of 22 bones. These are the hardest of all the bones in the body. 8 of these form the cranium or the brain box or the cover for the brain. The rest are the facial bones which give shape to the face. Now 2 hollows or sockets formed by the facial bones protect the eyes. All the bones of the skull except the one forming the lower jaw are fixed firmly and cannot move. Only the bone of the lower jaw called mandible is capable of movement which helps us to speak and eat. Next हमारी आती है बैकबोन। अब ये जो बैकबोन है ये सिंगल एक हड्डी नहीं है, बड़ी सारी छोटी छोटी हड्डियां, स्मॉल बोन्स, जिनको हम वर्टिब्रे कहते हैं, उनको जोड़ करके बनी हुई हैं। इसी बैकबोन के अंदर हमारी स्पाइन सुरक्षित है। ये जो स्पाइन है ना, इससे सारी नर्व्स हमारे ब्रेन तक और बॉडी के अलग अलग हिस्सों तक जाती है, तो ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। वी विल नाउ लुक एट दी स्पाइन बोन्स और द बैकबोन्स। नाउ इफ यू टच दी back of your head and take it down to the center of the back, you can feel some long and hard structure. So starting from neck towards your back, this is called the backbone or the spine that you can feel. It is also called vertebral column. The spine consists of 33 small bones known as vertebrae. The vertebrae are hollow at the center and are joined together to form a tube through which the spinal cord runs. Now imagine a thread running through beads and you will get the picture of 35 vertebrae. 7 are in the neck, 12 at the back of the chest and 5 in the region near the waist and the lower back. 5 of the vertebrae are in the hip region and 4 below the hip, which would have been the tail region if we had a tail. The last vertebrae are fixed and cannot move. So the vertebrae column has the following bones: cervical vertebrae 7, thoracic vertebrae 12, lumbar vertebrae 5, sacral vertebrae 5, caudal vertebrae 4. So in total we have 33. Next we come to the trunk bones or the rib cage bones. Now there are 12 pairs of long curved bones called ribs. They form the rib cage. All the 12 pairs of ribs are joined to the backbone at its back. The first 10 pairs of ribs are joined to the chest bone or sternum in the front. These are called true ribs. The last 2 pair of ribs are free at the front end and are known as floating ribs. The rib cage protects heart and the lungs. The smallest bone in our body is the stirrup located in the middle ear. Now take a deep breath and hold it for a minute. Feel your chest bones and back bones by gently pressing the middle of the chest and the back at the same time. And you can count the number of bones of the chest or your ribs. Next आते हैं हमारे बाजू और हमारी टांगे। ये भी important हैं, ये limbs हैं। इनको हम क्या कहते हैं? Forelimbs और hind limbs. Now we come to the limb bones. That is bones of arms and legs. There are 2 pairs of limbs in our body. The arms are called the forelimbs and the legs are called the hind limbs. Each limb consists of 3 bones. The upper arm of the forelimb has 1 bone called the humerus and the lower arm has 2 bones called radius and ulna. The upper part of the hind limb has 1 bone called femur. It is the longest bone in the body. And the lower leg has 2 bones called tibia and फिबुला। अब ये जो लिम्स है ना, ये हमारी बॉडी पे जहाँ जॉइन होते हैं वहाँ पे होते हैं हमारे गर्डल्स। तो जो शोल्डर गर्डल्स है ना, जिनको पेक्टोरल गर्डल कहते हैं, वो हमारी आर्म्स को शोल्डर से जॉइन करते हैं। सिमिलरली फिर हमारे आते हैं पेल्विक गर्डल्स। Now we come to the girdles. There are two girdles in our body. First one is the pectoral girdle. Now it is also called shoulder girdle. The arms are joined to the shoulder girdle. It includes the clavicle or the collarbone and scapula or the shoulder blade. It helps in movement of the shoulder and arms. Then we have the pelvic girdle. It is made up of three bones fused together. The leg bones are attached to it. It forms a bowl-like structure on which the body rests and is used to sit. It is the strongest part of our body. अब जहाँ पे बॉडी में दो बोन्स मिलती हैं उस हिस्से को कहते हैं जॉइंट्स. और जॉइंट्स भी हमारी बॉडी में 3 टाइप्स के होते हैं. एक तो होते हैं जो बिल्कुल फिक्स्ड हैं, जहाँ पे हमारी बोन्स फिक्स्ड हैं, वो मूव नहीं कर सकती. दूसरे तरह के होते हैं स्लाइटली मूवेबल, मतलब जहाँ पे जॉइंट में बोन्स कुछ कुछ मूवमेंट कर सकती हैं. और तीसरे होते हैं मूवेबल जॉइंट्स. तो आइए अब इनके बारे में पढ़ते हैं. नाउ वी कम टू द जॉइंट्स. नाउ द प्लेस वेयर टू बोन्स मीट इज कॉल्ड अ जॉइंट. Bones are held together at the joints by ligaments. Ligaments are special type of connective tissues that attach one bone to the other. Let us discuss about different types of joints. So the first one is the fixed joints. Our skull is the best example of a fixed joint. Bones at the fixed joint lie against each other and are fused. Fixed joints do not allow the movement of bones. So joints that attach the ribs to the sternum and those found in the skull are immovable joints. Fixed or immovable joints provide protection. Then we have the slightly movable joints. These joints allow only limited movement. Such joints are found in the vertebral column. These type of joints provide support. अब movable joint जो है ना वो भी 4 तरीके के होते हैं. हमारे पिवट जॉइंट्स, हिंज जॉइंट्स, बॉल एंड सॉकेट जॉइंट्स एंड ऑल्सो ग्लाइडिंग जॉइंट्स. तो आइए अब इनके बारे में पढ़ते हैं. देन वी हैव द मूवेबल जॉइंट्स. अ जॉइंट दैट अलाउज वाइड रेंज ऑफ मूवमेंट ऑफ बोन्स इज कॉल्ड अ मूवेबल जॉइंट. द जॉइंट्स आर हेल्ड टुगेदर बाय लिगामेंट्स. They are found at knees, elbows, wrists, ankles, neck, shoulders and hips. Now there are 4 types of movable joints present in our body and these are, first one is the ball and socket joint. It allows movement in almost all directions. The shoulders and hips have these joints. In these type of joints, the rounded end of one bone sits into cup-shaped socket of another bone. So swinging, rotating, spinning and bowling are the possible movements of these joints. Ball and socket joints allow free movement of arms and legs. Second is the hinge joints. The elbow, knee and finger joints allow movement in one plane only, that is up and down or backward and forward, like the hinge of a door. So such joints are therefore called hinge joints. Third type are the pivotal joints. It is found between the skull and the first 2 bones of the backbone, that is the vertebrae, and this facilitates the rotatory movement. So we can turn our head from side to side or we can move it up and down due to this pivot joint. Then the fourth type is the gliding joint. The backbone, ankle and wrist which allow gliding movements are called gliding joints. They allow only a slight movement. We are able to play, dance, twist, turn and handle things due to gliding or sliding movements of the bones of ankle and wrist. Now, there are over 230 movable and semi-movable joints in our body. हमारी बोन्स के ऊपर बड़े ही सॉफ्ट से टिश्यूज होते हैं जिनको हम कहते हैं मसल्स. मसल्स भी 600 टाइप के हैं और ये मसल्स हमारी बोन से एक वाइट कलर का टफ फाइब्रस मटेरियल है जिसको कहते हैं टेंडन्स, उससे कनेक्टेड होते हैं. अब हमारी बोन्स अपने आप से मूव नहीं करती. जो हमारी बॉडी में लिम्स की या हमारे किसी भी पोर्शन की बॉडी की जो मूवमेंट होती है वो इन मसल्स की वजह से होती है. तो मसल्स में जो कॉन्ट्रैक्शन और रिलैक्सेशन होती है उसकी वजह से हमारे अलग अलग बॉडी के हिस्से मूव करते हैं। तो आइए अब इसके बारे में पढ़ते हैं। नाउ वी कम टू दी मसल्स एंड mechanism of movements. The soft fleshy portion of our body is called muscle. There are about 600 different muscles in our body. All flesh in our body is made up of muscles. The muscles are attached to bones with the help of tough white material called tendons. The different movements of our body are carried out by the muscles. Bones अपने आप से move नहीं कर सकते. They can only move with the help of muscles attached to them. The muscles are elastic in nature. They have a very important property of contractibility. They contract and relax when they work. So when the muscles contract, they draw the bones closer. So the muscles help in the movement of the body. Muscles work in pairs. So muscles can only contract, not extend. When one muscle contracts, the other muscle in the pair returns to its original length. The muscle on the front of the upper arm is called biceps and the muscle on the back of the upper arm is called triceps. These are attached to the bone of the lower arm by tendons. To bend the elbow and raise the lower arm, biceps contract. The contraction and shortening of this muscle pulls the lower arm upwards. At the same time, when the biceps contract, the triceps return to its original length. To straighten the arm, the triceps contract and biceps return to its original length. This shows that the pull of muscles on the bones causes movement. Similar pairs of muscles work together to bend and straighten the leg. Now, muscles cause all kind of movements of the organs in the body. Due to these movements, we can walk, jump, crawl and carry things. Place your left palm on your right upper arm. Make a fist with your right palm. Fold your right arm to bring your fist closer to your right shoulder. Now you can feel slight building of muscles under your left hand. This is due to the contraction of muscles called biceps. On contraction, the muscles become shorter, stiffer and thicker. Meanwhile, triceps are relaxed. Next, bring your right arm back to its original position. You can now feel the relaxation of biceps. अब मसल्स भी दो टाइप के होते हैं. एक तो होते हैं वॉलंटरी मसल्स. इन मसल्स को मूव करने के लिए हमारी विल पावर या हमारी इच्छा की ज़रूरत होती है. और दूसरे होते हैं इनवॉलंटरी मसल्स जिनका काम अपने आप चलता रहता है. उसमें हमारा कोई इंटरफेरेंस या योगदान नहीं होता. और एक कार्डियक मसल्स भी होते हैं. कार्डियक मसल्स एक्चुअली हमारे इनवॉलंटरी मसल्स ही हैं. नाउ लेट अस लुक एट दी काइंड्स ऑफ मसल्स. देयर आर टू काइंड्स ऑफ मसल्स इन आवर बॉडी. फर्स्ट वन आर दी voluntary muscles. The muscles whose actions are under the control of our will are called voluntary muscles. Their cells have bands or strips on them, so they are also known as striped muscles. The muscles of hand, legs are voluntary muscles. Next are the involuntary muscles. The muscles whose actions are not under our control or will are called involuntary muscles. The cells of these muscles are smooth or unstriped. These are not attached to the bones. They work continuously. The muscles of digestive system are involuntary muscles. Now, the muscles of heart are called cardiac muscles. They have cells with strips on them and are branched. These muscles are also not under the control of our will. They are different from voluntary as well as involuntary muscles. Now, observe the following movements of your body and write whether they are voluntary or involuntary. And these movements are movement of eyeballs, movement of hands, movement of fingers, movement of heart during heartbeat and movement of head. अब मूवमेंट कैसे होती है ये तो समझ आ गया, लेकिन मूवमेंट भी दो तरह की होती है. एक है कि आप एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पे जा रहे हैं, रीज़न कोई भी हो, उसको कहते हैं लोकोमोशन. और एक है कि आपकी बॉडी एक ही जगह पे है, लेकिन लेटर से आपके बॉडी का कोई सिर्फ हिस्सा मूव कर रहा है, उसे कहते हैं मूवमेंट ऑफ कर्वेचर. नाउ लेट अस लुक एट लोकोमोशन एंड मूवमेंट ऑफ कर्वेचर. The movement of entire body of a living organism from one place to another is called locomotion. Animals move from one place to another in search of food, shelter, to escape from predators, to look for their mate, or to move away from unfavorable conditions. This movement of animals is locomotion. Now rotate your arm and close your fist. Are these movements different from moving the entire body from one place to another? Obviously yes. So these movements are not locomotion because you did not shift from your place. So animals as well as human beings move different body parts in relation to their body axis. This movement is called the movement of curvature. So let us look at the types of locomotion in some animals. Amoeba has amoeboid movements. Paramecium has ciliary locomotion. Euglena has flagellar locomotion. Snail has muscular locomotion. Fish have swimming locomotion. Snake has creeping locomotion, and birds have flying locomotion. So let us study movement of some animals, and we'll begin with the movement in insects. Insects have a hard covering over their body called exoskeleton. They have 3 pairs of jointed legs and strong muscles to pull these legs. The legs are joined to the body by ball and socket joints, while the other joints of the legs are hinge joints. When an insect walks, 3 legs support the body, while the other 3 move the body forward. Most insects can fly with the help of 2 pairs of wings. The wings are tough, flexible, and light. Strong muscles help the wings beat against the air. For example, in a cockroach, the muscles of the breast are connected with 3 pairs of legs and 2 pairs of wings, which helps it to walk and fly. Now, cockroaches can walk up walls because of many small hair on their feet which maintains grip. A cockroach can run up to 3 miles per hour. The movement of cockroaches has been studied and copied while making robots. अब जो birds हैं, ये तो उड़ती हैं, तो सबसे पहले तो इनकी बॉडी स्ट्रीमलाइंड होती है ताकि ये हवा में उड़ सकें. अब इनकी बोन्स बड़ी हॉलो होती हैं ताकि वेट लाइट हो सके, और इनके जो 4 लिम्स हैं वो एक्चुअल में इनके विंग्स हैं, उसमें मॉडिफाइड हैं. तो अब हम देखते हैं कि बर्ड्स में मूवमेंट कैसे होती है. नाउ लेट अस लुक एट द मूवमेंट इन birds. Bodies of birds are streamlined to help overcome air resistance. The skeleton of birds is highly adapted for flying. They have hollow bones to reduce weight. They lack teeth and instead have a lightweight beak. The 2 hind limbs are used for walking and perching. The 2 forelimbs of the birds are modified as wings, which are used for flying. The whole body, including the wings, is covered with feathers. Each kind of feather on a bird serves a different purpose. Soft down feathers grow close to the skin. Air is trapped between the spaces of these down feathers. The bird's body gives off heat that warms the air in these spaces. Over the down feathers lies a second kind of feather called contour feather. The third kind of feathers are the large flight feathers that are found in the wings and tail. The flight feathers give birds the lift and balance needed for flying. अब जो फिश है, इनकी बॉडी भी बर्ड्स की तरह स्ट्रीमलाइंड होती है, यानी बीच में से चौड़ी और दोनों सिरों से थोड़ी सी नैरो. इससे क्या है कि जैसे ये वाली शेप बर्ड्स को उड़ने में मदद करती है, ऐसे ही यही शेप फिश को स्विम करने में या तैरने में मदद करती है. तो आइए अब देखें फिश की मूवमेंट कैसे होती है. नाउ लेट अस study the movement in fish. The bodies of fish are streamlined, that is narrow at both ends and broad in the middle. This shape enables the fish to swim faster. The skeleton of fish is covered with strong muscles. During swimming, muscles make the front part of the body curve to one side and the tail part swings towards the opposite side. Such repeated movements make the fish move forward. Now, fish have modified limbs to help them move in water, fins to keep balance, and powerful tail to move forward. Most fish have a swim bladder, which is like a little balloon of air inside the body with which they can control the depth to float by varying the amounts of air held in its swim bladder. अब इसी तरह से आप अगर स्नेक देखें या फिर अर्थवर्म देखें या स्नेल देखें तो इनकी भी बॉडी अलग तरीके से बनी है और इनकी मूवमेंट के तरीके भी अलग हैं. तो आइए डिटेल में जानें स्नेक, अर्थवर्म या स्नेल इनकी बॉडी में मूवमेंट कैसे होती है. नाउ लेट अस लुक एट द मूवमेंट इन स्नेक. Snakes have a long backbone. They have many thin muscles connected to each other even though they are far from one another. They are also interconnected to the backbone, ribs and skin. The snake's body curves into many loops. Each loop of the snake gives it a forward push by pressing it against the ground. Since its long body makes many loops and each loop gives it this push, the snake moves forward very fast and not in a straight line. Now let us look at the movement in an earthworm. The body of earthworm is made up of many rings joined together called segments. Earthworm does not have any bone, but its body secretes a substance which keeps its body moist and protects it and also helps in movement. Its body has a large number of tiny hair-like bristles called setae, which help in gripping the ground and pushing its body ahead. Setae are joined to the muscles. While moving, an earthworm extends muscles of its segments, which move ahead and grip the ground. Then the segments following it contract and pull the rest of the body ahead. While expansion, it also lifts its body up from the ground. Thus, earthworm moves by contraction and expansion of its muscles, which may take place at more than one place in its body at any given time. When earthworm moves inside the soil, it eats the soil and makes way for itself. It then throws out the undigested part of the soil. This helps in softening the soil and helps the plants to grow well. Now let us look at movement in snail. Snail has a soft body protected by a hard shell. It moves by creeping with the help of a muscular flat foot underneath the body. The muscles in the foot contract and expand. This creates a kind of rippling movement which pushes the snail forward. The foot has a special gland that produces slimy mucus to make a slippery track. The snail is able to move even on a sharp edge without any injury because of this mucus. The mucus hardens when it comes in contact with air. So let us now look at the key takeaways from this chapter. Movement is one of the main characteristics of living beings. Skeleton gives shape and support to the body, protects the soft internal organs and helps in the movement of various body parts. There are two pairs of limbs in our body, forelimbs and hind limbs. Joints is the place where two bones meet. Ligaments are special type of connective tissues that attach one bone to another. Muscles have very important property of contractibility. Muscles are of two types, voluntary and involuntary. Different animals have different ways of moving. So I hope this chapter is clear to all of us and we will be able to answer questions based on this topic.